All right, welcome to The Ordinary. Today it is an honor and a joy to welcome Maddison Violet, an award-winning winemaker, co-owner of ALA's Acres Winery, and an entrepreneur who truly understands wonder in the ordinary. Maddison, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm excited to be here.
Yay! We got so much good stuff to cover today. You've achieved some incredible success, receiving accolades such as Business Top 40 under Business Elites Top 40 Under 40, Women of the Year finalist for Kelowna Women in Business, and more. I just wanted to know what inspired you to become an entrepreneur, and in particular to work with wine.
So I'd say I've always been drawn to creating something that feels like an experience, not just a product.
Okay.
Wine naturally lends itself to that. It's emotional, it's sensory, it brings people together. It's an experience, and then you can combine food with that, and food is just delicious. So, my background in wine, you get to work with different regions, studying through programs like UC Davis and WSET. That all gave me the technical foundation. But what really pushed me, I guess, into entrepreneurship was the desire to do things differently. I
Okay.
didn't want to follow a traditional path. Wine's kind of beautiful in that way. It's in theory, there's one way to make it. It's fermented grapes, but you can do it in so many different styles and different. It really reflects who is making the wine. So that part was really cool. I wanted to build something that reflected my creativity, community, and then a little bit of rebellion against the norm, I would say.
That's amazing. Um, can you share a little bit about the history of your business?
Yeah, so we started building Violet Acres in 2021. It didn't actually open up until the public until 2023. It's definitely a true passion project between my husband and I. It was actually his idea. I thought he was crazy.
I love
um,
that.
we built the winery ourselves on our property from the ground up here in Summerland. We really wanted, the goal was to create something that felt completely ours.
Wow.
So we originally focused on honey wines, or commonly known as mead, which
Yeah.
is actually the oldest fermented beverage. And then we kind of switched into kind of more of like a modern cocktail inspired way of using fruits. We use herbs, we use botanicals. The only thing we haven't used yet is vegetables, but I'm sure we'll think of something. But from there, we then expanded into like the traditional grape wines. I think what makes Violet special is that it's not just a winery, it's a place. So we have animals, events, food, experiences. It's designed to feel like you're stepping into something a little unexpected.
Wow. That's incredible. Okay, do you have a favorite type of wine? I'm just curious.
Ooh, it varies. Like a big rosé fan in summer, obviously. Right now I've been really big on Chardonnay, just like an unoaked, crisp, light Chardonnay, has been my favorite right now.
Okay, that sounds so delightful. That
Yeah.
sounds like summer's coming.
Exactly. Yeah, it's we got beautiful sunshine right now lately. I think like wine selection is seasonal because like in the red wine or in winter, I'm all about red wine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes. Mm. I feel like I needed a glass with me while we did this.
Right?
One of the things I really loved about your company is you talk about regenerative agriculture, and you've just mentioned that you guys started it from the ground up. Do you want to speak a little into that? How do you do sustainability? What does that look like?
Absolutely. So sustainability is something that we approach in like a very practical, grounded way.
Okay.
I would arguably call us lazy farmers, actually, because we're not excessively spraying. We don't use chemicals unless we absolutely have to. We really try to integrate like the animals into the farm ecosystem with like crop rotation, manure. We reuse and repurpose whatever materials we can. We're very small scale, but we're really intentional with our product.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
So it's about staying small scale. It's not about this big, massive output. We want to be small and intentional. And there's also a big emphasis on minimizing waste. So we're constantly trying to figure out ways with that. One of the things that we came up with is we actually pour our wine on tap. Because why would we bottle the wine to then open it up on our own tasting room? It's just so much unnecessary bottles that we have to get rid of. So we actually do everything on tap for the most part. out of the tasting room, which is nice. So yeah, things like that. It's whether it's in how we produce or we package or even how we run events, we're just always trying to keep Mother Earth here in mind.
Oh, I love that. That's so good. Did you just learn as you go? Like creating a winery sounds like a huge project, but did you learn as you go, or did you kind of have some other experiences and then start this winery?
In creating a winery, no, but I have about 10 years combined between like working in wineries, traveling to wineries, working in the liquor store. So I've seen like a variety of different sides of it. We've definitely just been learning as we go, which I think you just kind of have to. Even like a lot of people that were like giving us advice and stuff, you have to just do
Mm.
it and you just have to try everything and you're gonna find out what works. It's more, I would say we were less about like checking boxes and it was more about creating a system that naturally works.
Ooh,
If that makes
okay.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Um, so what role does routine or everyday wonder play in your life as you're accomplishing these things?
Oh gosh, routine. We're still trying to figure that out. We're working on boundaries actually.
Always
Um,
good.
I think I'm actually trying to step away from that 24/7 hustle culture. I don't actually think it's good. I don't actually think that you become any more productive if you're doing it all the time. So, and then especially working because a winery is so multifaceted. We're agriculture, we're hospitality, like it's such a mix. So we don't really have the luxury of being on autopilot. So every day is different. Weather changes, harvest changes, crop changes, packaging changes. Like we're manufacturing at the end of the day, so it's does like I don't know, it's like a bottle manufacturer go under. That's changing things. It's how are the apples this year? How's the cherries? How's the grapes? The fruit? Um, so it's constantly changing. So no routine yet, except emails. You can never escape emails.
It's so true.
Yeah. And then I guess I would say everyday wonder comes from staying present.
Mm.
It's the small moments. It's watching the fermentation take off. It's seeing people experience wine for the first time. Just being on the property and the sunshine, seeing the baby chicks with the moms. It's just all those little small things. Those are the moments that I feel like ground you.
Yeah.
Especially when you're chasing bigger goals, you know why it is that you're here doing it.
Oh, that's beautiful. So you're really creating a space where people can go experience wonder as well. It's just that's beautiful. So speaking of so many things, the routine being crazy, it sounds like an entrepreneur's dream in some ways. If you're just constantly getting new variables to work with, also kind of it could be overwhelming. But where do you find inspiration? How do you keep that inspiration fresh?
Oh, absolutely everywhere. It's we try not to talk about work all the time, but it's in food, it's in fashion, it's hospitality, it's wellness brands, it's events that we're going to. It's breweries are a good source of inspiration because they do so many cool flavors. So it comes from everywhere. It's not specifically from within the wine industry. Wine can be very traditional, and there's beauty in that for sure. But there's also so much room to evolve. So that's what we really like to lean into is creating wines that feel playful and approachable. And because of that, we can take inspiration from just about anywhere with these
Mm.
unconventional flavor combinations. So I think like innovation comes from asking why not instead of that's how it's always been done.
Oh, I love that. I was looking on your website and you've got like blueberry wine and all these different fun labels. I was
Yeah.
like, I could get lost forever in here. This is really fun. How do you find balance then in a busy life?
That's definitely something that I've been working on for sure. It is hard. This is gonna be our fourth year to the public, but we've been working on this for 6 years. It's definitely something that you're constantly evolving and learning how to get balance. So because our wine industry is quite seasonal, I would say my balance is seasonal.
I like that.
So like there's times when the winery demands more than what I can give, and that's fine. Like during harvest or peak season. But then there's other moments too where we can actually like step back, let it rest for a little bit. Opening the winery doors come May long or is like the most exciting thing, and then going through summer. But then closing the winery doors in the fall is like equally as exciting because you've just been going so hard so much and it's so much socializing as well, so it's nice to have those seasonal breaks. Um yeah.
I love that. I've been hearing more and more people talk about like year balance as opposed to just like trying to have like a 24-hour balance
Mhm.
every single day. And I've heard in particular like people who've got farms have a really good grasp on this of like there are seasons where you're crazy busy and then seasons where you're resting, kind of, the natural seasons of the year help you enter
Absolutely.
into that. So I know that's such
Yeah,
a good thing to take away, even from people who like might not have to do that because of a farm. Like I feel like that life rhythm is something that people need to.
sometimes it's easier to not try and separate work and life, which I know that probably sounds crazy, but if you can design a life where you don't need that escape, I
Yeah.
think that helps.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, that's the dream. Um, so you have extensive education then on wine tasting, production, different region methods. Can you just share a little bit what makes a good wine?
Ooh. Um, what? Ooh, that's a good one. What makes a good wine? I think it's the person that's behind it. I'm very big on actually following the winemaker versus following the winery because it's so expressive.
Ooh, yes.
So if you like certain wines from a winery, find out who the winemaker is.
Okay.
And then if they, because everyone moves on to other jobs and other opportunities and stuff. Some people are only like they only come winemaking for the season, right? It's because it's such something that's so unique that it's like each person has their own way to express it. That would be like the romantic response. The technical response is a balance between acidity, fruit, and alcohol. You got like a perfect little triangle. And if those are all in balance, then the wine's going to be balanced, and it's not going to be too high in acidity. It's not going to be too low. It's not going to be sweet or cloying. Yeah, it's about balance.
Just like life.
Exactly.
Love that. That's really cool too. I never thought of following the winemakers more closely. But
Hmm.
that makes sense. All right. Have you seen any like cultural differences around wine as you travel around the world? Like, do different cultures approach wine differently or create it differently?
There's definitely like technical techniques behind it, for sure in different areas. The land plays a lot into it. So there's like a region in Australia where they have a lot of eucalyptus trees around. So the vines will actually take on that eucalyptus flavor, and it actually is expressed in the wines. So that's going to be in Coonawarra in Australia. That's very common there. You can't duplicate that somewhere else. So definitely the concept of making wine is the same, which is why actually that's why I chose it as a career path because you can travel all over the world and it's the same.
Oh,
But then when you actually get into your regional differences, that's where you get all those different. If are you on a salty clay? Are you on like alluvial soils? Are you near a river? Not near a river? Are you near the ocean? What's your sunshine hours like? Yeah,
wow. There's a lot of
yeah.
variables.
There's a lot of variables.
I love
Absolutely.
that. What does, get into the name of the podcast, what does magic in the ordinary mean to you?
Ooh, to me, I would think it's about recognizing that the most meaningful moments aren't always the big milestones. That's the small everyday experiences. It's sitting outside with a glass of wine at sunset. It's laughter during a tasting. They come in as strangers and sometimes they walk away as friends. Just being fully present, working with my husband, it's amazing. Sometimes it's not amazing. Sometimes it is. You just have those moments. You're like, wow, this is really what I get to wake up every day, work with you. We get to create together. It's like, yes, a winery is cool. Opening it up and stuff is cool. Getting like wine awards is cool. But it's those little small things that you're like, gosh, this is magical.
That's 100%. Yes, how I feel. Um, Can you speak into, you've talked about connectivity as a big part of your success, and it sounds like even the company culture, but do you want to speak into what role does meaningful connections play in your work?
Oh, everything. It's absolutely everything. We would not be here without the meaningful connections. Wine is inherently social in all aspects. It's meant to be shared. You should be sharing your wine if you're not. For any of the listeners, please share wine with someone. The relationships that we have built with our customers, with our community, even just people in the industry, it's all been a huge part of our growth and a huge part of our success.
Mm,
So we're really focused on creating genuine connections,
yeah.
whether that's through conversations in the tasting room, events, it's online.
Yeah.
People just don't come for wine, they come because they feel a part of something.
Yes, that's so good. All right. If listeners want a bottle of wine for themselves, where do they go?
So they can come visit us directly at Violet Acres in Summerland, Okanagan Valley, British Columbia. We actually have RV space as well. So, and it's actually free to come stay with us. So you can come hang out for the weekend. We have our tasting room is open from May long to September long. We have a kitchen as well. You can go for a walk in the vineyard. We got a beach volleyball court. We got lots of fun things. There's goats everywhere.
Yes.
You can follow us online as well too. It's just VOA Acres everywhere: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You can connect with us there. When if we want, you can also shop online as well.
That is wonderful. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. This was also wonderful.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me. This was great.